didn't show up. Melissa Ortiz, the night my cab didn't show up.
Life is supposed to be simple, but it isn't. It's supposed to be fun, and mine is that. One day, I had the most amazing experience, and I'd like to share it with you. It shows you just how much fun my life is. I was getting ready for a meeting. This is late December, and we were having the storm to end all storms outside. I'm frantically preparing for this meeting in front of the vestry of my very highbrow Episcopalian church, and I've got my Prada suit laid out to wear, and I'm working on things, and all of a sudden I'm hearing bang, bang, bang on the door, and the Munchkins are showing up. And they start to congregate in my living room, and they start to sing. The wind began to swell, the house to pitch, the sink was in a stitch. That's when I knew I was in trouble. So I thought, you know what, my meeting is in 3.5 hours. I'm gonna call a cab instead of taking the metro. That way I know I will get to my meeting on time, and I know that I can still get a cab. In the District of Columbia, if you want a cab that will fit a wheelchair, you must call at least 3 hours in advance. So here we are. And they say to me, great, no problem, we'll pick you up 35 minutes before your meeting. It's a 15 to 20 minute drive, you should be fine. I'm relieved. The house began to pitch, the sink to stitch. The Munchkins are still singing their song. And I look outside and oh my stars, animals are lining up 2 by 2. Then I know for sure that it's going to be an interesting cab ride. Time passes. Things go well, I'm ready. 10 minutes before my cab is to arrive, the phone rings, and it's the dispatcher. Mrs. Ortiz, I'm sorry, but we can't find a cab for you. Great. All I can think in my head is, I hope the house falls on that wicked witch on her way home. So I think to myself, what am I going to do? I'm a good Southern belle. I can handle any situation. So I go, I take off the Prada suit, and I say, highbrow vestry be hanged. I am going to wear jeans, my gut-stomping boots, and my slicker to this meeting. So that is exactly what I did. And I looked at the clock as I'm pacing, and my little black service dog is pacing behind me because she knows that when Mommy puts these boots on, it means that she's going to have to wear her wellies, and she hates them. I get her dressed, and I look at the clock, and I realize suddenly that I have 36 minutes to make a 48-minute trip, door to door. This is a problem. So on the way, as I'm working my way out the door and telling the animals to sit and stay over there so that I can get out, and I thank the Munchkins for their lovely performance, I call the church and I say, I'm coming, but I'm going to be late. My cab didn't show up. I hear this long pause on the other end of the phone. Okay, we'll see you when you get here. We'll hold it. So I go careening down the sidewalk, thinking I'm going to hydroplane at any moment, because just as I've stepped around the corner and I can see the metro elevator, God decided that everybody in my neighborhood needed to participate in the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge, because the skies opened up and they went, and I was covered. My poncho didn't help. My poor dog is soaked, and I have to strap her to my chest to make sure she's going to be okay. I get on the metro. I go past my stop where I'm going to have to make the transfer. I get off at Archives, and I'm thinking, okay, if I get off at Archives, I can go straight across the platform, get on the train, go back to Gallery Place, make that transfer, go out to Chevy Chase, and everything's going to be fine. I got to Gallery Place, and it was rush hour. Did I forget to tell you that? Rush hour in the rain on a Tuesday night in D.C. It's wall-to-wall people, and I'm thinking, I've got to channel my inner Moses. I channel that inner Moses, those doors open, and I scream, no! People parted. In comes that other train, the doors open, and I go flying across the platform. People stood to their feet and applauded all the way back to Gallery Place because of this feat that I have accomplished during rush hour. Again, we get to Gallery Place, the doors open, and I decide that there's a wall of people. I'm going to have to play Moses again. I hold up my hands, and Lucy takes air into her lungs, and she goes, whoa, 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 whoa. And I said, Lucy, that's right. These people need to move. And they moved. I got to my meeting. I made my presentation. My point was made, I won the vote. I think all is well. And that this is just something that will go down in the annals of Metro history as probably didn't really happen. A few weeks later, I'm meeting with a colleague, and he says, Melissa, I have a really interesting story that I'd like to tell you that I heard at a cocktail party last Friday night, and I wondered if you could shed some light. I heard about a crazy woman screaming "move" with a black Dachshund strapped to her chest during rush hour a couple of weeks ago, and I wondered if you knew anything about that. And I said, I sure do. That's the night my cat didn't show up. Madam Countess.